Okay, so I'm gonna get my usual, a coffee milk to... Oh wait, that sounds really good. But what if it doesn't taste good or it's just too sweet? But it could also be like mind-blowing. But I really want a drink that I know I'll enjoy, because if I don't like it, I probably won't finish it. And then I'll be in a mood because I really wanted boba, but also trying new things is something I should do more of, but I just don't want it to go to waste. But if it's not good and if it's too sweet, there's no way I'll be able to drink it. But I love tiramisu, but will I actually love it in bubble tea form? I don't know! Hi, so what can I get you to? I'll just take both. Hey guys, it's Chilly. Some of you might get really annoyed with me after this video, and I only kind of apologize. Everyone has flaws, and this is one of my biggest ones. I am super indecisive, to a fault, and I have plenty of examples to showcase this amazing phenomenon. Starting with this script. If only you knew how much back and forth it took to write this script. One moment I'd be like, yes, this is the video I'm gonna write. But then 2 days later, I'm like, you know what? I'm not really feeling this script, so I'm gonna write something else. I think I've been sitting on this script for 4 or 5 months now, but I digress. Skincare is also another thing I am super indecisive about. There's just too many steps and too many products, and I can't decide for the life of me what I want and should be using. So when Curology hit me up and was like, hey, do you want to try out our products? We'll basically give you an entire regimen. So I was like, hell yeah. And I've been using these products for over a year now. And honestly, it made a huge difference in my skin. So I happily thank Curology for sponsoring this video. The custom formula they offer is honestly my favorite thing ever, because I love that it's personalized for your needs. So for me, I have issues with skin texture and some dark spots, so my formula treats those, and it's honestly been great. And I don't have to worry about deciding on what products to use on my face. Obviously, everyone's skin is different and results may vary, but I think that's what makes the personalized formula so unique. But the routine is that simple, and you guys can try out your own Curology regimen today and support the channel by using my link to get started for your first month for free. All you have to do is pay like $5 for shipping and handling, which is cheaper than most products, let's be real. Link will be in the description below. I will say that I do add an extra toner step and sheet masks in my routine along with the 3-step Curology skincare, and honestly, my skin just feels great. So use my link in the description below to get started on your skincare journey, and thank you again Curology for sponsoring this video. Majors. This is one of those things that you should take the time to decide on because it is a life decision. But also, there is a time limit for that, because otherwise you'll end up like me, spending an extra 1.5 years because I couldn't decide for the life of me what I wanted to major in. So I'm Arab, and if you're Arab and have Arab parents, you can probably relate to the fact that my parents tried really hard to push me into the medical or engineering field. I was a little more leaning towards engineering because of math, but I decided to go into pre-med instead. My mom really wanted people to call me doctor. My university didn't offer a pre-medicine program specifically. You just had to pick a major where the classes overlapped with what you needed to take for the MCAT, which is the exam you need to take to apply to medical school. So I decided to major in biochemistry. And I honestly could not tell you why I chose biochemistry, because I hate biology. It's probably my least favorite science. Yet for some reason, it took me a whole semester to realize what a dumb decision that was and how biochemistry didn't make any sense for me. So I switched to regular chemistry since, yeah, I like that. But that affinity was super short-lived when I was introduced to this nightmare called organic chemistry. And that was all I needed to realize, yeah, I'm not going to medical school. Okay, there was so much more to that, but let's just pretend that's why I gave up on medical school. Since I knew how much me being in the medical field meant to my parents, I compromised and decided to do pharmacy instead. And I'm not gonna lie, being knowledgeable about drugs is actually pretty cool. I always get this short-lived sense of superiority whenever my parents would bring home their prescriptions and ask me questions about them. Why, yes, I can tell you more about your omeprazole. But then, I started working at a pharmacy, and long story short, I got bored and I didn't see myself committing the rest of my life to this job. So I switched. I switched to psychology in hopes to become a therapist maybe. But one class ruined the entire thing for me, so I switched to genetics in hopes to be a forensic scientist. Was it because I was obsessed with watching all sorts of crime shows? Maybe, but then I changed my mind. Again. Back to psychology, but also computer science added to that mix, in hopes to do something in user experience research and design. And, well, clearly that degree is being put to amazing use. Having free time is one of the biggest struggles. I can never decide if I want to read the plethora of untouched books I have on hand, or if I want to cross something off my never-ending to-watch list, or if I want to do something productive like practicing piano, or maybe try out meal prepping for the first time, or try out something new like, I don't know, embroidery, or play some video games. And then if I do manage to pick something like order food in and watch a movie, let's just say I'll be done with all my food before I'm able to decide what to watch. And by then, the mood to watch a movie is poof, gone. So most of the time, instead of hurting my brain on deciding what to do, I'll end up laying in bed and either rewatch something I've watched 10,000 times or go through Twitter or TikTok until I pass out, which is probably not the best way to spend my free time. Yup. And don't even get me started on food. I already know so many people are going to relate to me with this one to some level, but I don't blame you. When you have so many mouth-watering, scrumptious options in life, the different cuisines, so many options, so you can't blame a girl for having a hard time deciding on what to eat, okay? Yes, I'm that person who you can ask, oh, so what do you want to eat? And I'll be that person who says, I don't really mind, you can decide. And sometimes that'll frustrate my friends, but honestly, most of the time, I genuinely don't care what we eat. And if you give me the power to decide, we will be sitting here for hours until I decide on something. Picking out what to eat for myself is a miserable time. So for those of you who don't know, I stream almost every day on my second channel. You should check it out. I mainly play games. I actually play a lot of Choices Matter games, and oh, the suffering I go through when I play those. My indecisiveness gets me the bad ending 99% of the time. There was only one time I got a good ending, and that's because there were no bad endings. But besides games, you can also catch me struggling on deciding what to eat live. For example, one night I wanted to eat out. No big deal, right? I live in Wisconsin, okay? And delivery options are very limited. Like 75% of my options are some sort of pizza place. But here I was trying to decide what I was craving, what I was feeling. My go-to is usually Chipotle, but I wasn't really feeling it. But I was like, whatever, I'm too lazy to go and pick up food and none of these other options seem appealing, so Chipotle it is. I get to the Chipotle screen and start building my usual bowl. White rice, steak, black beans, pico, corn, salsa, cheese, lettuce, and guac. Wait, where's the guac option? It wasn't there. The guac option was not there for some reason. But it's okay. This is an easy fix. I just gotta go to the sides and order a side of chips and guac and just put it in the bowl myself. Easy peasy. Ah, okay. There is also no guac here. So, I'm not getting Chipotle then. A bowl without guac is just not a complete bowl, okay? So now, I had a dilemma. What am I gonna eat? McDonald's? The fries sound good, but I'm not really craving anything else. Ooh, Burger King? I actually prefer Burger King burgers over McDonald's burgers. Roast me if you want. I stand by my statement. Ooh, look, they even have a deal on the Whopper. Okay, let's just customize it because I don't eat pickles or onions. No! Some of you might be thinking, Chili, just remove the onions and pickles yourself. And to that I say, you're right, but I'm lazy. So then I literally spent the next hour going through option after option and nothing was screaming at me. Wings? No. Pizza? No. Sub sandwich? No. Ugh, you know what? Whatever. Fine. I'll just get Chipotle. I'm the worst. I know. I have reflected on this before, and I could be 100% wrong. I may have majored in psychology, but that doesn't mean I'm any good at it. But I did come up with 2 possibilities as to why I'm like this. It's a known fact that I studied abroad for about 7 years away from my family, and even though the experience and culture I got to learn and pick up is something I don't regret, I lived an extremely sheltered life. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it because I don't think that's too important, but I guess the best way to describe it is besides school, I lost 7 years worth of possible experiences. I didn't get to do a lot of things, and I think the reason why I'm so indecisive for myself is because if it was possible, I'd want to do everything because I never had that option before. I guess it's kind of like making up for lost time in a way, although I'm not really doing a good job at that if I just end up scrolling through TikTok for hours. And then the other possibility is I was also never given choices during those years. Everything would always be decided for me. So I guess I just never learned to make decisions for myself, which leads to why I'm indecisive when it comes to group decisions, because I'm used to someone else making the decisions. But also, I don't like making decisions for a group because I would feel burdened if I ever made a choice and then somebody ended up not caring for that choice. Like choosing a restaurant for us to eat at. Because for me, 9 out of 10 times, I really do not care what the decision is. I'd rather just have someone pick something everyone will be happy with than me be burdened with the fact that someone didn't like the choice that I made. Yeah. Don't be like me though. I wish I had an easier time making decisions, but that's just who I am. Now, do I want to eat Chipotle or wings? Ooh, or maybe some McDonald's. Or some Chinese food? Sushi, 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 sushi! Oh, but Chipotle sounds really good.